The road is rough and rocky along the way, and if you don't look out, you just might pay. I hope that you will always be free, just like a possum in a tree. States. He looks so creepy cool to me. Possum in a tree.
Yeah. Let's see, you're going to be watching Steev Pothoff and George Arndt. And you want to take note of George's instruments. I don't know what they're called, but he carries a lot of strings. Let's see, if you haven't been here before and you need to use the restroom, go out that red door you came in, up that green ramp, into the back room there, the lookout room. There's a restroom off there in the corner. That's full. Go down that hall on your left, make a bunch of lefts, you'll see another restroom off the kitchen. If you happen to see that restroom, you're free to use it. Anyway, please turn your cell phones off, leave the cameras on, give Steev all the promotion that you can. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. Let's see, next week will be Hosea Humphreys from Freeport, Michigan Country Music Hall of Famer. And he'll be here at 3 o'clock. I'm glad you folks have took note of our summer hours we're on now. Start at 3. Let's see. Why don't you give? My wife's pointing, and I got to pay attention. Over on my right, there's a jar that for donations. If anybody wants to help Linda and I keep this going. We don't charge people to come in, watch, but we do this. We try to provide a place for the musicians to do their stuff and get them streamed and everything, and a nice place for people to come and watch. So appreciate all the help you can give us. Why don't you give Steev Pothoff a nice round of applause.
You know, you're too kind. Say, did you hear about the Russian acrobat troupe that disbanded because the fella at the bottom of the human pyramid retired? Well, you see, they didn't have a leg to stand on anymore. Oh, hush. I'm going to do a song now about a railroad man. About a railroad man who thought he could stop progress. The news rang out across the wire, filtered through a billion liars. The whole world smelled like a burning tire the day John Henry died. We knew about their big machine that ran on corporate greed and steam. Bets on John were far between, mostly on the side. He put up one hell of a fight. His hair and hands turned snowy white. His hammer sounded through the night the day John Henry died. When John Henry was a little bitty baby, nobody taught him how to read. But he knew the perfect way to hold his hammer was the way the railroad baron held the deed. It did not matter if he won, if he died, or if he'd run. They changed the way his job was done. Labor costs were high. That big machine was cheap as hell. Only John could work so well, and they left him right where he fell the day John Henry died. John Henry was a steel-driving bastard, but John Henry was a bastard just the same. And an engine doesn't think about its daddy. An engine doesn't need to write its name. So fare thee well, John Henry IV, we don't need your work no more. They don't make men like him no more. You should have seen the final score. He won the fight but lost the war the day John Henry died. John Henry was a steel-driving bastard, but John Henry was a bastard just the same. An engine doesn't think about its daddy. An engine doesn't need to write its name. And folks, you are in for a great show. I'd like to introduce my friend George. He plays all kinds of instruments, every style of music. He knows all sorts of stuff about any topic under the sun, and I am just over the moon that he said yes to do this show with me.
I'll pay you later, Steve. That's a great intro. Well, I studied fisheries when I was a student, and I got to work in a cod plant, south coast of Newfoundland, and it was a heck of a cold winter. We had 22 feet of snow. A lot like Michigan, huh? Well, anyway, I learned lots of neat songs from the guys up there, and so one of them goes like this. She went down last October in a pouring driving rain. The skipper, he'd been drinking, and the mate, he felt no pain. Too close to 3 Mile Rocks, and she was dealt her fatal blow, and the Mary Ellen Carter settled low. There were just 5 of us aboard her when she finally went awash. We'd work like hell to save her, all heedless of the costs, and the groan she gave when she went down caused us to proclaim, let the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again, that her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. And those who loved her best and were with her to the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Well, the owners wrote her off and not a nickel would they spend. She gave 20 years of service, boys, and met her sorry end. Insurance paid the loss to 'em, so let her rest below. And they laughed at us and said we had to go. But we've talked of her all winter, some days round the clock. She's worth $250,000 a-floating at the dock. And with every jar that hit the bar, we swore we would remain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again, that your name not be lost to the knowledge of men. No matter what you've lost, be it a love, a home, a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Spring now I've been with her in a barge lent by a friend. 3 dives a day in a hard hat suit, and twice I've had the bends. Thank God it's only 60 feet and the currents here are slow, for I'd never have the strength to go below. We stopped her rents, patched her vents, drawed hatch and porthole down, put cables fore and aft, girded her around. Tomorrow noon we'll hit the air and then take up the strain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. rise again, rise again, that her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. And those who loved her best and are with her to the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. For we couldn't leave her there, you see, to crumble into scale. She'd saved our lives so many times, living through a gale. And the laughing drunken rats that left her to a sorry grave, they won't be laughing in another day. And you to whom uncertainty has dealt that fatal blow, with smiling bastards lying to you everywhere you go, turn to and put out all your strength of heart and arm and brain, and like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again, that your name not be lost to the knowledge of men. No matter what you've lost, be it a love, a home, a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Thank you. This is a Renaissance lute. Very hard to keep in tune. Last song was by Stan Rogers. This one's by the Battlefield Band. I've worked on farms and fey the stock. Muckle horse, he won my heart. With their big broad backs, they'll proudly stand, uncrowned kings of all the land. And yet for all their power and strength, they're gentle as a summer's breeze. Steady, my boys, walk on. The work is nearly done. No more we'll till or plow the fields. The horses' days are done. And this will be the last trip home. Steady, my boys, walk on. Hey, all the fields we plowed and laid, all the times we worked to save. I never thought I'd see the time that Clydesdale's work would ever end, but progress runs a driven course. Tractors now replace the horse. Steady, my boys, walk on. The work is nearly done. No more we'll till or plow the field. The horses' days have gone. And this will be the last trip home. Steady, my boys, walk on. Ride home, our friends have lined roads to see us one last time. No one of them would want to miss a chance to see us pass like this, or they'll say they saw in years to come the muckle horse Odessa's last trip home.
The first time I met George, he was playing mandolin. And we talk mandolins, we mostly talk banjos. And we were up doing a French-Canadian dance up at the tip of the mitt. And we had some downtime and started playing. And we must have played this song over and over. And it's just a fun song to play.
So we're going to play it over and over.
I'm going to just tell you a story about this song. I used to play, I still do play, but less frequently, with a fantastic guitarist who met Jay Unger. Jay Unger was doing a show. The guy was a fantastic guitarist, but he played by feel. He'd never seen this song written down, and he knew all sorts of cool chord inversions up the neck, and I guess Jay Unger was so offended that he didn't play it the way Jay Unger wrote it that he mailed him a copy of the sheet music after. And it sounds like this.
The Lovers Waltz.
And now I'd like to play you an Irish harp piece. Now, I don't have an Irish harp, or for that matter, I don't have a harp of any ethnicity. I've played the harp, but I don't own one. Takes up a lot of space.
Not strings too.
This is one of the great compositions that came out of Ireland in an era when dislike of the Irish was such a big deal in Europe that a lot of great material compositions, literature was basically relegated to being the work of the hillbillies. It's very sad because this tune could have stood along the great classical waltzes. It's called Lord Inchiquin, and it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. A little bit about this violin, as much as I know about it. It was built by Lewis Perry in Cadillac in 1933. And little though that may be, that is what I know about it. And it turned up at a yard sale, basically. This lady said her grandfather built it. And I took one look at it and said, I bet that's going to sound really nice. It didn't need hardly anything but a new bridge and some new strings. And I've been very happy with it. This was built in a factory. It was the Gibson factory, but it was still a factory.
Would you prefer me on the guitar?
I thought that's what... So did you hear about the man who ran a boat building business in his attic. The sales were through the roof.
Mary, you heard about that, didn't you?
And this song is about boats, so it all works.
Speed bunny boat, like a bird on the wing, onward the sailors cry. Carry the lad, born to be king, over the sea to sky. Loud the winds howl, loud the waves roar, thunderclaps rend the air. Baffled they stand, store by the shore, follow they do not dare. Speed bonny boat, like a bird on the wing, onward the sailors cry. Carry the lad, born to be king, over the sea to sky. Though the waves leap, soft shall ye sleep, ocean's a royal bed. Wrapped in the deep, Flora will keep your weary head. Speed bonny boat, like a bird on the wing, onward the sailors cry. Carry the lad, born to be king, over the sea to sky. Many's the lad fought on that day, well the claymore did well. When the night came, silently lay, dead on Calvin's field. Speed bunny boat, like a bird on the wing, onward the sailors cry. Carry the lad, born to be king, over the sea to sky. Burned our homes, exiled in death, scarce for loyal men. Yet o'er the sword, old in the sheath, Charlie will come again. Speed bonny boat, like a bird on the wing, onward the sailors cry. Carry the lad, born to be king, over the sea to sky.
So, of course, that song is about the retreat by boat of Prince Charles, which so ended all hope of putting a Jacobite back on the throne. There's been lots of songs about it. It's a pretty important cultural milestone in Scotland. There's a tremendous amount of mythos around it. This song is about Bonnie Charlie. It's called Bonnie Charlie. I recorded this song on my first CD, 21st Century Banjo. This is a mandola. I played the mandola when I recorded it, but I didn't play this mandola because I didn't yet acquire it. I bought that other Gibson, and somebody heard I bought it, gave me a call and said, "Yo, I hear you're buying up old Gibsons. I've got a Gibson mandola, turn of the century. Do you want it?" And I said yes. So I had just a sorry experience in Grand Rapids on the way down here. I'd stopped at this restaurant. It looked like a really nice place. It was clean. I got in there. Everything was order. The staff was clean. I sit down. I'm going to have a root beer. I love root beer. Well, I order a root beer, and there is this older gentleman just sitting there. He is staring this bowl of chili like it's going out of style. He hadn't eaten it. He's just staring at it. And finally I look at it and it's like, "You feeling okay, mister?" "Yeah, I'm feeling okay." "You got a headache?" "No, I don't have a headache." And finally I just can't stand it. Wasting food's a sin. I said, "Are you going to finish that?" He says, "No, I'm not going to finish that." And I said, "Slide it down." He slides the chili down. It was good chili, too. I cannot complain too much about the restaurant's recipe, but I got about halfway into that bowl of chili, and I turn over a dead mouse. Whole mouse. Well, you know me, I'm a weak stomach. All that chili came right back up, and that gentleman looked at me and he said, "Yeah, that's about as far as I got, too." I got my root beer. I'm going to learn to play the root beer rag one day, but today's not that day.
You're gonna do
Key of D.
Key of D.
Bonnie Charlie's now awa, safely o'er the friendly main. Many the heart will break in twain, should he no come back again. Will ye no come back again? Will ye no come back again? Better loved ye cannot be. Will ye no come back again? Sound the pibroch loud and long, unto the evening sinking down. These are the words to his sweet song. Will ye no come back again? Will ye no come back again? Will ye no come back again? Better loved ye cannot be. Will ye no come back again? Many the gallant soldier fought, many the gallant chief did fall. Death itself was dearly bought, all for Scotland's king and court. Will ye no come back again? Will ye no come back again? Better loved ye cannot be. Will ye no come back again?
This one's up next, Guadalupe.
All right, George, take it away.
Okay, this one has got a bit of a story that comes with it. The song is by Tom Russell. He wrote it long before I ever heard it, but I had an experience, 20, 30 years ago. I was working for Gerber. It's in Mexico. I was in Mexico a lot. And I decided I'd take a tourist day on Sunday, and so I went to see the biggest religious shrine in North America, which is, of course, the Church of the Igua de Guadalupe. Guadalupe is the Virgin Mary. And so you've got a lot of really strong Catholics, probably 98% in Mexico. So this is a really big deal. In the Second Mexican Revolution, the church lost all of its property, except for this one church. And I went to see, principally not that, but another church that I'd read about in an engineering magazine. And what they'd done is there was an Aztec temple, the one that Cortez talks about in the books that you read. Well, they took it down, and they used the foundation to build this gigantic cathedral, which was, one time was on the lake right there and had a beautiful spot. Well, the lake, of course, was consumed by the population. It's now the biggest city in the Western Hemisphere. So as they consumed the water, the land went down, As the land went down, church started to fall in and all the pillars started to tilt. Well, it's a historical monument and they wanted to preserve it. So they put great big rings around the tops of the columns and they put truss rods between each column and a big turnbuckle in the middle so that as this thing goes down and they measure it with lasers, they turn the turnbuckles and they keep everything standing up straight. Great idea. So the tour guide is talking at the top of his voice and there's 4 groups around us having mass. And I asked him, how can you guys be disturbing all this stuff like this? And he explained to me when we went out that since they owned the building, it belongs to the people, and you can do anything you want in there. What the religious people are doing is what they want to do, and what we're doing is making money. Okay, listen to that. Then there's this long row of guys outside, maybe 50, 75 guys, all single file. They're going into a real long, thin building. They come out the other end. There's no windows, there's just 2 doors. And I asked the guide, I said, what are they doing there in that little building? It's adobe, single story, maybe, I don't know, this tall. So they got to crouch down when they get in there. He says, well, that's all the guys that are alcoholics. And they want to get a blessing from the priest so that they can get rid of their alcohol problem. He says, but if you slip them a 20, you don't have to start till Monday morning. So anyway, Tom Russell wrote this song, and a lot of the stuff that I was seeing down there kind of comes into this. This is called Guadalupe. There are ghosts out in the rain tonight, high up in these ancient trees. I've given up without a fight, another blind fool on his knees. And all the gods that I've abandoned here begin to speak in simple tongue. Suddenly I've come to learn there are no roads left to run. It's the hour when dogs are barking, that's what the old ones used to say. It's sundown or it's midnight before the children cease their play. And when the mountains flow like mission wine, turn gray like a Spanish Rhone, 10,000 eyes will stop to worship, turn as one and head for home. She is reaching out her arms tonight. Lord, my poverty is real. I pray roses will rain down on me from Guadalupe on her hill. But who am I to doubt these mysteries, cured in centuries of blood and candle smoke? I am the least of all your pilgrims here. I am the most in need of hope. She appeared to Juan Diego. She left her image on his cape. 500 years of sorrow did not disturb their simple faith. So here I am, your restless disbeliever, a doubt and Thomas drowned in tears. I watch your church sink through the earth like a heart borne down through tears. And she is reaching out her arms tonight. Lord, my poverty is real. I pray roses will rain down on me from Guadalupe on her hill. So who am I to doubt these mysteries, turning centuries of blood and candle smoke? I am Easy, Stu.
Thank you, George. I told you were in for a great show. And now I'm going to come along and pour cold water on it all. I joke, but this is a song that I really like doing. It's called Long Before Your Time. You ask me why I look so sad on this bright summer day, and why the tears are in my eyes and I seem so far away. Sit yourself beside me, love, and put your hand in mine, and I'll tell you of someone I love long, long before your time. I'm sitting here and thinking of those days so long ago, when I was just a child like you and the girl I used to know. Through fields of green we laughed and played and sang our merry rhymes. We were young and happy then, long, long before your time. Through the years our love did bloom till our hearts beat just as one. We promised each eternal love in the church below the town. We settled in this little house, I was proud to call her mine. Summer days were warmer than, long, long before your time. One good year was all we had until the sickness came and stole the roses from her cheeks. My tears, they fell like rain. For 9 long months she carried you, but in the end she died. She chose to go so you might live long, long before your time. So you ask me why I look so sad on this bright summer day, and why the tears are in my eyes and I seem so far away. It's just you seem so much like her when your eyes look into mine. You smile so much like she did long, long before your time. It's just you seem so much like her when your eyes look into mine. You smile so much the way she did long, long before your time. You know, Dean Bella and I got to talking, and she told me, Steve, it sounds like you're talking about this song. I'd never heard this song, but I heard it, and it's like, yeah, this is what it's like. Now, I'm 29. Most of my friends are married with kids, and it's like, man, most of my friends are younger than me, and I'm here trying to get the last bit of fun out of my 20s, so I think about this a lot. Not a soul down on the corner, that's a pretty certain sign. Wedding bells are breaking up that old gang of mine. The boys are singing love songs, they forgot sweet Adeline. Wedding bells are breaking up that old gang of mine. There goes Jack, there goes Jim, walking down Lovers Lane. Now and then I see them, but they don't seem the same. I get that lonesome feeling when I hear the church bells chime. Wedding bells are breaking up that old gang of mine. There goes Jack, there goes Jim, walking down Lover's Lane. Now and then I see them, but they don't seem the same. I get that lonesome feeling when I hear the church bells chime. Wedding bells are breaking up that whole gang of mine. George, what do you got for us?
I have a Baroque lute. Now, the Baroque period was the period of Bach. Mozart was probably the first one. Bach is the one that took the music to the highest pinnacle, because we still think it's the best stuff today, at least I do. And so, fortunately, I don't play any of that. So what I do have is, let's see here. I got a sing-along song for everybody. Bet it's a long time since you sang in the Baroque period, huh? Now, the way this works is you folks over here on my left, you're right, you get to sing the chorus, and it goes like this. Repeat after me. La. La. La, okay. Now, you guys, repeat after me. Yours goes like this. La. La. Okay. Now, we did this at Ferris a couple of months ago in the auditorium. And we got everybody to sing college level music right there. Got to make sure I'm in tune. This thing's misbehaving today. Once upon a time, there was a tavern where we used to raise a glass or two. Remember how we laughed away the hours, dreaming of all those great things we would do. Those were the days, my friends, we thought they'd never end. We sing and dance forever and a day. We live the life we choose, we fight and never lose, for we were young and sure to have our way. Now here's your part. La 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 la. La 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 la. Then the busy years went rushing by us. We lost our starry notions along the way. And if by chance I'd see you in the tavern, we'd smile at one another and we'd say, those were the days, my friends, we thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We live the life we choose, we fight and never lose, for we were young and sure to have our way. La 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 I stood before the tavern where nothing seemed the way it used to be. And through the glass I saw a strange reflection. Was that lonely person really me? Those were the days, my friends, we thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. The life we choose, we fight and never lose, for we were young and sure to have our way. Through the door there came familiar laughter. I saw your face, I heard you call my name. Oh, my friends, we're older but no wiser, for in our hearts the dreams are still the same. Those were the days, my friends, we thought they'd never end. We sing and dance forever and a day. We live the life we choose, we fight and never lose, for we were young and sure to have our way. La 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 la. Thank you for singing. Leaving Liverpool?
We've got time for one more, and then we'll come to leaving Liverpool.
Well, I've got another one for you.
Let's hear it.
Okay. when you're weary and feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I'll dry them all. I'm on your side, oh, when times get rough, and friends just can't be found like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down, and when you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I'll comfort you. I'll take your part, oh, when darkness comes and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down, sail on, silver girl, sail on by. Your time has come to shine, all your dreams are on their way. See how they shine, oh, when you need a friend. I'm sailing right behind, like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind, like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your There is no life without sorrow. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come and I am filled with wonder, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulder. You raise me up to more than I much.
And this one's in the key of C.
C.
I like to end my performances with this song. The melody to this song is just terribly joyous. And the first person I heard this song, well, first group I heard sing this song was a group called the Liverpool Fishermen. And anyone who's had kids probably read those talking animal books, the Redwall series. The guy who wrote those books was one of the people who played and sang in the Liverpool Fishermen. And he wrote a book called, what was it called? It was the second book in the Castaways of the Flying Dutchman series. And there are several songs in that book, and every one of them can be done to this melody. I checked. And it sounds like this. Fare thee well to Prince's Landing Stage, River Mersey, fare thee well. For I'm bound for California, a place I know right well. Fare thee well, my own true love, when I return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee. I'd have sailed aboard a Yankee clipper ship, Davy Crockett is her name, and Burgess is the captain of her, and they say she's afloat in shame. Fare thee well, my own true love, when I return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think sailed with Captain Burgess once before. He's a man, I'll say I know him well. If a man is a sailor, they will get along, but if not, he's sure in hell. Fare thee well, my own true love, when I return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee. Fare thee well to old Lower Frederick Street, Old St. Terrace and Old Park Lane, for I'm bound for California, I will not ever see you again. Fare thee well, my own true love, when I return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee.
Nice job, Steve.
Hey, you folks want an encore? You want an encore? Let's hear it for an encore.
Thank you all very, very much.
All right. Everybody knows I love those old Charlie Poole songs from the 20s and 30s, and probably everybody says, boy, Steve must walk around with nothing but sad songs. And the melody is happy, the lyrics are sad, and people always say, Steve only knows sad songs. Well, okay, sure, if somebody walks around all sad all the time, it's like, what are you sad about? But nobody ever says if somebody just walks around with a perfect, what are you so happy about? So this song is called 3 Leaves of Shamrock. It's an old Charlie Poole song that probably originated in Ireland. When leaving dear old Ireland in the merry month of June, the birds were singing in the trees, all nature was in bloom. An Irish girl confronted me with sadness in her eyes, and as I told her story, how bitterly she cried. Am I in the right key? Leaving dear old Ireland in the merry... I'm gonna do it in D. That was a disaster. When leaving dear old Ireland in the merry month of June, an Irish girl confronted me when nature was in tune. That Irish girl came up to me with sadness in her eyes, and as she told her story, how bitterly she cried. Sir, I have a favor, will you grant it for me, please? I know it's a lot to ask you, but it sets my heart at ease. Take this to my brother, he lives far across the sea, and don't forget to tell him, sir, that you were sent by me. 3 leaves of shamrock, the Irish shamrock, from his darling sister, this message too she gave. Take these to my brother, for I have no one other, and tell him they were gathered from his angel mother's grave. When you left, oh brother dear, our troubles grew a lot. The landlord came one winter night and drove us from our cot. Our troubles, they were many, and our friends were very few. How many nights our mother used to cry all night for you. Come back quickly to us, son, she used to always say, but she was quickly stricken and we put her in the grave. Her final thoughts, my brother, I am sure they were of you. On her grave where fell my bitter tears is where these flowers grew. 3 leaves of shamrock, the Irish shamrock, from his darling sister, this message too she gave. Take these to my brother, sir, for I have no one other, and tell him they were gathered from his angel mother's grave. 3 leaves of shamrock, the Irish shamrock, from his darling sister, this message too she gave. Take these to my brother, for I have no one other, and tell him they were gathered from his angel mother's grave.
Nicely done.
Give another hand to Steev Pothoff. If you like this, tell people. If you don't like it,
Don't tell anybody.
yeah. Hey, let's see. Okay, now next Sunday, Jose Humphrey's going to be here at 3 o'clock, and he's been here before. Everybody likes him. Anyway, let's see. We're gonna turn the lights on, take a jam, and don't go away. Thanks for coming.